Okay, say hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Okay, let's review. Okay, 6.3, guys, it's just an extension of 6.2. So it says the properties of trigonometric functions. How many trig functions do we have total? 6. They are. Review, as we can see. Let P be a point x comma y on the unit circle. Unit circle means what? The radius has to be 1, okay? So let's make a dot. Here's a unit circle. I'm going to label it x comma y because it's an unknown point. How long is this distance? 1, because that's your radius, right? Okay, I want to make a triangle from this dot. How do I make it? Form it with the y-axis or form it with the x-axis? X-axis. So go straight down, make a right triangle. How long is that vertical piece right here? Y, whatever y is, right? How long is this adjacent leg? That's x, whatever x is. Where do you put the angle theta? At the origin. You're right here in the middle. Okay. So from what we know so far, sine, abbreviated with sine of theta, which is the center angle right there, it's always opposite, which is y over radius. But in a unit circle, radius is 1. So that's why when we talk about sine, it's the same as just what value? Y. Then we're going to talk about cosine. Cosine of theta, it's always adjacent, which is x over radius, or hypotenuse. In a unit circle, though, radius is 1. So cosine is just simply x. Okay. Tangent, you can think of it as what? Y over x. Opposite over adjacent. But in a unit circle, y is sine, isn't it, class? And x is cosine. So if you have sine and cosine, you can just use it, divide the two, and then get tangent. Cosecant, class, it's the reciprocal of sine. So it's 1 over sine. Okay, so if you have sine, you can find the answer. Or 1 over what? 1 over y. Secant is the reciprocal of, oh, you know what? I just totally, oh, never mind. Never mind. You're right. Secant of theta is 1 over cosine. Okay. Or 1 over x. Then last one, cotangent. Okay. It's the reciprocal of tangent. You're right. Okay. If I flip tangent, is that similar to cosine divided by sine, class? Yeah. Or if you have x and y, it's like x divided by y. So all of those are equivalent, okay? And we've seen these already. We're just reviewing. Now, what I would like for you to do is go all the way to example uno. Example 1. We are going to skip the review today. We will come back to it tomorrow. But today, we're going to start with example 1, okay? Okay, in example 1, Justine, can you help me read the direction, please, to example 1? Perfect. Why do I need to know what quadrant it is in? Why is it so important? Why do we care about what quadrant it's in? Yeah, I need to know, hey, is that positive or is that negative? So, letter A, sine of theta must be greater than 0. It says name the quadrant or quadrants. It can be more than one for this one. Greater than 0 means what, class? Positive or negative? Yeah, positive. So when do you think sine is going to be positive in? Sine is the same at which coordinate? X or Y? Y. So when do you think Y is going to be positive? Quadrant 1 or 2. You have to have both, okay? So it's here or here. So the answer is Q1 or Q2. Okay. How about B? Give me the quadrant or quadrants when tan of theta is greater than 0. So Shane, greater than 0, is that positive or negative?
Positive.
Yeah. So when do you think, class, what quadrant is tangent positive in?
1 and 3.
Yeah, for sure. Everything's positive in what quad, by the way? 1. So we at least know this piece. Why 3? Right, negative over negative results in a positive. So the answer to this one is quad 1 and quad 3. Okay. I'm going to go all the way down to letter D. Okay. D, cosecant of theta is less than 0. Less than 0 means what? Positive or negative? Negative. So, guys, when? What quadrant or quadrants is cosecant negative in? What trig function can I use if you're not comfortable with cosecant yet? Sine, right? Think about when is sine negative. Sine's negative in? Is it 1 and 4? Sine? 3 or 4? Because sine's like y, right? So this has to be in quad 1, 2, 3, and or quad 4. All right. Take about 30 seconds to do C on your own. Can you try C, please? Once you have written an answer, can you compare it with somebody? And then I'll just hand you the Surface Pro here so you can write your answer on here. Okay, can you compare answers to your team? And let me get your deck of cards to see who's writing this answer. Okay, Summer, pick a card. Oh, she's missing. All right, Brandon. What do you want to tell me? Okay, Brandon speaks. Shh. Brandon said secant, it's positive in 1, oops, this is 1 and 4. Is Brandon right? Yes. Guys, secant is the same as which variable? X, right? Because 1 over x, would you agree? Yeah. Secant, class, is 1 over cosine of theta, okay, which is really 1 over x. So yes, you can totally use x. Very good, Brendan. Comment or questions on example 1? Can you handle this? Yes, Luke.
So the opposite of sine, cosine, and tangent are like, they're all the same.
Right, because you're only using x or y. Perfect. All right, example 2. Can you please help me read the, Summer, read the direction to example 2.
Find the exact value of the remaining trig functions.
Perfect. How many trig functions, Matt A, do we have total? 6. Great. Here we go. Find the exact value of the remaining trig functions. Letter A. They gave you sine of theta is 2/5 and cosine of this same theta is less than 0. Anytime you see less than 0, is that positive or negative? Negative. Okay, so think about this. This has to be negative. Okay. So first, you have to decide what quadrant should we put theta in, and how do you know? Jeremiah says 2. How do you know? Matt?
Because for sine, since it's 2 over 5 and it's positive, you know it's on a positive axis, but since the cosine has to be negative, it has to be on a negative axis.
What does that mean, negative x? negative axis. Oh, positive. What quadrant would be positive or negative? So let's talk about sine first, okay? Sine 2/5, that's negative, right, guys?
What? No, it's not negative.
I'm sorry, sine 2/5, that's positive. My bad. Sine 2/5 is positive. What two quadrants should we check that off in? 1 and 2. Perfect. Then we're moving on to cosine. That has to be negative. What two quads should we check that off in? 2 and 3. Okay? Yes or no? Where do they both meet up or overlap? Yeah, it has to be in quadrant number 2. There you go. All right, now that we have it in quad 2, can we fill out this triangle? Do we know the measurements?
You know, 2 of them.
We know 2 of them, you're right. Where do we put 2? The number 2. Opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? Opposite. Okay. Where do we put the number 5? Hypotenuse. Is it possible to find that adjacent leg? A squared plus b squared equals c squared. A squared is 2 squared. B squared is unknown. C squared is? Okay. 2 squared would be? 4 plus b squared equals 25. So what is b squared, Jack? Oh, please pay attention. Okay. Then I'm solving for b. Now what? Rad it. So b is just rad 21. Okay. I'm going to write rad 21 over here. But is that all I write? No. Why not? You're right. Before I go there, though, I need to put what? Negative here. Why negative here on negative rad 21? What's the reason for this? I'm in quadrant number 2. X value has to be negative. All right. So now let's find the 6 trig functions. Do I have to find all 6? No. How many more do I have to find? 4 or 5? 5. Because cosine is not known. Okay. So cosine of theta, class, is what over what? Cosine is negative rad 21 all over 5. Yes, no, maybe? Okay. Then we now have, let's find, sine's already known, tangent. Tangent of theta. Can you tell me, please, Maddie B, can you tell me what you want me to write for tangent? 2, great. Very good. Class, can I box that up? No, what are you going to do?
Multiply top and bottom by 9.
Yeah, you need to rationalize this, class. Multiply top and bottom by square root. So you're going to end up with 2 times rad 21 over negative what? Negative 21. Can I bring the negative on to the top? Yeah. Most books, class, it's not going to write the negative in the bottom, so you can bring it to the top or in the middle, okay? All right, next, we are going to look for, we got sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant. How about that? Which one should we take the reciprocal of? Sine. So what's our answer? So sine, right? I want to flip sine, so what's my answer? 5 over 2. Positive, right, class? Yeah. And then next, I want to take secant of theta. So which one should we flip? Cosine. So what should we write?
5 rad 21 over 21.
Okay. Cautiously, negative. You have to bring the negative. So negative 5 over rad 21. Can I box that up? No. What should we always do? Rationalize. Okay. All right. When you rationalize, our final answer is now negative 5 rad 21 all over 21. Last one. What are we missing? Cotangent. Cotangent, we should flip which? Tangent. Okay. Now, but which one should we flip, though? The final answer of tangent or the very first ratio of the tangent? Yeah, because look, that is equivalent to this, okay? But if you flip the final, you have to rationalize. So might as well flip the very beginning. So negative rad 21 all over 2. I don't have to rationalize. Questions at all on finding? Yes, Brendan.
I was confused, like, why is it in the second quad?
Oh yeah, good question. Class, remind us why we are putting it in second quad. Why second quad? So Brandon, they gave you 2 pieces of information. Okay, Brandon? They gave you this. See that right there? Positive or negative? Perfect. I'm going to highlight this and that. Good? Because sine's positive in quad 1 and 2. Then they give you a second piece of information. See this right here? That's cosine is? Negative. Negative cosine has to be in 2 places as well. Where? 2 and where do they meet up? On the left in quadrant number 2. That's why we have to draw in quad 2. All right. Let's move to letter B. Here we go. Find the remaining 6 trig functions. First, you might want to do what, class? What? Yeah, you need to draw it out to see what quadrant you want to put it in. Sign, positive or negative? Positive. What 2 quads should we check that off in? 1 or 2. Perfect. So here's 1, here's 2 for sine. Cosine for the letter B is negative. What 2 quads is that? 2 and 3. Where do they meet up? The party is going to be in quadrant number 2. Party over here. Hey, can I fill out this triangle? Yes. Great. Opposite leg. What should I write for the opposite leg? Rad 5. What should we write for the hypotenuse? 5. Cautiously, what should we write for the adjacent leg? Negative. What? 2 rad? 5, right? I know the theta is not marked. Where is this theta? Always at the origin, right? Okay. So how many trig functions are we supposed to find? 4 more. Okay. So we're going to start with tangent of theta. So tangent of theta, what do you want me to write? Tangent of theta. What is it? Rad 5, thank you. Over? Negative 2 rad 5. Can I box that up? Can I simplify? Sure. Can those be reduced? If those are reduced, what do we write on the top and the bottom? 1 over negative 2, which is really negative 1 over 2. Okay. All right. Let's work out cotangent of theta. What should we flip, guys? That's a hypotenuse. I don't need to use that for tangent, right? Because tangent opposite over adjacent. Yeah. All right, cotangent. Can we just flip it? What do we write? Yeah. Cosecant. What do you want me to flip? Sine. So can we write 5 over rad 5? Can I box that up? No. What do you want to do? Rationalize that. Multiply top and bottom by square root of 5. All right. Then we're going to end up with 5 times square root of 5 over what? 5. Can I box that up? No. Cancel. What do we get? Just rad 5. Okay. All right. Last one is secant. Okay. What do you want me to do? Flip cosine. You're right. I covered up cosine already. So it's going to be negative 5 over what? 2 times square root of 5. Can I box that up? No way. Okay. All right. Rationalize. Multiply top and bottom by square root of 5. Now we have what? Negative 5 times square root of 5 all over 10. Can I box that up? No. I need to reduce. 5 going to 10 how many times? Twice. Your final answer is negative rad 5 all over 2. Okay. Questions on letter B? I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes to do C on your own and then compare in your team, please. Here's the answer to C. The first thing you want to do is double check to see where you want to draw this triangle. Okay? If the triangle in the wrong quad, your answers would be slightly different, and that's wrong. Okay? So make sure you draw it out first. Can you guys see your notes at C and C? Can you change it to D? Like the second C, make it into a D. Okay, so 3 minutes. I think I have a timer in here somewhere. I'm gonna mess around with this as you guys work on that. Timer, where is that? I don't know how to use a timer. Guys, what quadrant is your data in? 3. Okay, thank you. So you should have your triangle in quad 3, right, Natalie? No, yes? That's okay, you didn't do that, fix it. We should have in quad 3, right? Because cotangent is positive in either 1 or. Cotangent is positive in 1 or 3 only. Because cotangent is positive when they're either both positive or they're both negative. Right? Sine's negative is only in 3 or 4. So they both meet up at 3. Does that make sense, boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sine is 1.
Yeah, it looks like now we're all back on track in quad 3. How many more trig functions are we supposed to look for? 5 more. So we're starting at cosine, right? Oh, to be continued tomorrow. All right, y'all.
Oh my God.